a Wednesday of football that was. Absolute carnage everywhere. And today, there are 4 games in particular we're going to be covering. So, if you like your timestamps or whatever, I'm going to let you know from now. It's going to be Arsenal against Brentford, Liverpool against Sunderland, Leeds against Chelsea, and we're going to be flying to Spain for the Madrid game where they were absolutely incredible. So Madrid fans, don't worry, you're going to get some glaze today at long last. But we start at the Emirates because I don't even know how to sum up this performance, right? Let's be frank straight away because there's one question that I'm going to ask and I'm going to get there very shortly, but allow me to build up. Of course, City winning 5-4 last night. It was a bit of a treacherous game, drama everywhere, but in the end, City got the 3 points and it put massive pressure on Arsenal. 2-point gap, you must win, especially with Villa coming up on the weekend. Arsenal rotated a little bit. They thought, you know what, obviously you cannot play the best 11 over and over again, and let's be honest, it showed, right? The first maybe 5 minutes or so, 10 minutes maybe you could argue, Madueke looked sharp. Other than that, everyone looked very stale, and you could argue Brentford also looked just about as dangerous as Arsenal, right? They were not really getting shots off, but obviously the crazy David Raya save onto the crossbar, but they weren't really getting shots off, right? Merino, again, giving the ball away a little bit, maybe trying passes that weren't really banging, but then what do you know? Madueke, lovely little back flick, Ben White whips it across the box, and who's there? Mikel Merino to score again. I don't know what the stat is, I forget what the exact number is, so please don't quote me, but I believe there's something along the lines of he has the most headed goals in the Premier League since last season or something crazy like that, which is outrageous for a guy who obviously was meant to be a midfielder. They chuck him up front and he's just there bagging goals. But again, you're thinking, all right, Arsenal 1-0, it's time to put the foot on the gas. And a bit like City yesterday, go and get 2, 3, 4, 5 goals if you can. That didn't happen, guys. That didn't happen at all. They were very wasteful with the corners. Brentford, like I said, they also had some players rotated because they thought, you know what, going away Arsenal, maybe rest a little bit and then go save the big guns for Spurs where you can get an easy 3 points against them, you know? So quietly, they were gaining confidence, right? Because they were dealing with whatever Arsenal threw at them. Arsenal never really looked that dangerous. Second half, like I said, the same pattern continued. You're thinking at some point Arsenal click into gear, but they didn't. And you can, again, argue more injuries. Somebody has banged Judge on Arsenal. That is what I'll say. Somebody has banged Judge because already your best centre-back is down. Your second best centre-back is down injured. You have the 2 backups there playing together. The third one goes down injured as well. So Timber comes on, who obviously was meant to rest. He leaves the field. I don't know if Rice actually got an injury or not. He seemed to be holding his calf in the second half. He also came off. So it was just looking like a game where at any moment Brentford could score. And normally this season, when Arsenal go 1-0 up, you're thinking, you know what? I told you guys like a month ago, everyone pack your bags, GG's, everyone go home because Arsenal have won the game. 1-0, it's finished. There's no point even playing. This was the opposite. Brentford, more and more confident. Igor Thiago comes on. Damsgaard comes on. They just bring all the cavalry pull up to try and get a smash and grab goal. And like I said, there were chances for Arsenal to kill the game, right? Mikel Merino misses a virtual open goal. Saka, to be fair, had a big miss as well. Merino was trying these passes to Odegaard that just were not coming off. They were going into like the middle of nowhere. You're thinking, yeah, this is going to be a Brentford long throw written all over it. Then, as you can see, minute 91, Mikel Merino grabs an assist as Bukayo Saka scores, squeezes it home. I'll be honest, like it went over by like a few millimeters. The goal line tech said, yep, over the line. Arsenal ran off celebrating 2-0, 5 points clear. But here's where I want to ask the question, right? Mikel Merino. Hear me out, guys. Have Arsenal just found their Mo Salah? After a performance like that, to leave with a goal and an assist, hey, maybe Mikel Merino is Arsenal's Mo Salah. I know what guys are going to say, oh, hold on a minute, but he was good, but he was decent. That's exactly what the Liverpool fans be saying about Salah every game. Because guess what? He leaves with the important goal and assist, and credit to him for doing that. He's not a striker. He keeps on delivering for Arsenal. But honestly, I believe Ben White got man of the match. Fair play. Obviously, you have to give somebody man of the match. Like, I understand why he got it. Obviously, he created the first goal, and, you know, that's his first 90 minutes in a very long time, I'm pretty sure. But if it's down to me, I give nobody man of the match. I'll be honest. This was a really bad performance from Arsenal. But at the end of the day, just like I said for City, this time of year, Christmas time, midweek games, it don't matter how you get the 3 points. Just get them anyhow you can, because look at the table now. Again, 5 points to City, but they go away Aston Villa next. City playing Sunderland. So that could easily be a 2-point gap by the weekend or an 8-point gap. You never know. And obviously, you could argue an 8-point gap, that might be game over. However, there is a game we've got to speak about first because, of course, Arsenal, off the back of a devastating defeat to the champions of the world, Chelsea, on the weekend. Obviously, Chelsea were incredible in that win against Arsenal that they had. Listen, they've been on cloud nine. They were celebrating that 1-1 win. Of course, it was a fantastic 1-1 win. Leeds have given them lashings, guys. Leeds have given them lashings. After all the talk, after all the energy they were showing, talking about Maresca has surpassed Arteta, look at the plan, this is a disgrace, the title is going to the bridge, slowly but surely. Yeah, the gap is now 9 points. Because Leeds, from minute 1, Bijou was at their necks, bro, and eventually he got his goal. I say eventually, minute 6, I'm talking about eventually, but trust me, if you saw this game, it was a finally Bijou bullet head on minute 6. Sanchez, you could argue could do better, but I won't say too much on that one. Then the second goal, Tanaka, foot like a traction engine, just like a missile, arrowed into the bottom corner. But the question I want to ask about that goal, Enzo Fernandez. So when Caicedo's not there to hold your hand, when it's not a massive London derby for you to get charged up and do, yeah, come on, passion farming or whatever, suddenly you want to be giving the ball away like that? Oh, no. So it's 2-0, half-time, and I'll be honest with you, man, fully deserved. I don't think Chelsea really laid a glove, to be honest with you. I think it was a bad game from everyone involved, Estevao in particular. Just not sure what that was all about. Could have maybe even got a red card potentially. I think he lost his head. He wasn't enjoying. Second half, they bring on Neto. Neto takes a touch and scores at the back post from about 5 yards. He runs off with his fingers in his ears like that, closing his eyes or whatever. If only he had opened his eyes, maybe he would have seen that Tosin was in trouble. And Tosin, who tries to pass it to Robert Sanchez, they have a complete brain freeze, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin makes it 3-1, game over. And again, they had every right for this, because I want to remind you lot, yeah, the manager of Leeds United, they were saying, what's the next game again actually, before I say, because there's 2 games, right, they were talking about. It was Liverpool, there we go. So they were saying, yeah, they're playing against Chelsea and Liverpool, and he has these 2 games to save his job. How are you allowing a man on his last life, on his bed waiting there like the frog in Shrek 2, to come out pack 3 goals on your head? So yeah, a bit of a reality check for the Chelsea fans that keep on spamming like, oh my days, write us off now, doubt us now, you don't understand. Here you are. This is why we do understand. And people thought I was being very rude or insulting when I said before the Arsenal game, Chelsea could very well get a win or a draw against Arsenal, but they're absolutely not in the title race. And it's not to be offensive, I'm just giving you my opinion. Chelsea are simply not good enough for 38 games, even 30 games, to be involved in a title race. So hopefully now you guys can see where I'm coming from. But we move on, because at Anfield, it might be curtains. Not quite for Arne Slot, but certainly for Liverpool when it comes to the title race. Now, this game, I don't even know where I want to begin, because there's certain players that we're going to speak about today and tomorrow as well, don't you worry, that I have worries about. I'm a bit concerned now. First off, I'll be honest, again, Liverpool didn't really look very threatening. Did Sunderland really feel any danger at any point in that first half going away to Anfield? Not really. In fact, second half, the Black Cats, they pounce, right? Thanks to Van Dijk's cheeks. That's literal and physical and metaphorically, because as cheeks as he played, this guy gave the ball away and then allowed Talby to score off of his cheeks, because he's doing the same, you know, aura farm, force field defending. The ball bounces off him and suddenly Anfield is stunned again. You're thinking, no way, bro. They cannot keep on losing at home like this. And you started to get the feeling that guy's tweet was right. The tweet, if you haven't seen it, something along the lines of, oh, everyone thinks that they've fixed their system and they've tweaked their system to come correct, until they realize it's just they played against West Ham. It seemed as though that guy was correct, because Sunderland were looking comfortable, 1-0. Liverpool threw the kitchen sink at it. And listen, I'm going to say something and then they're going to start yelling at me again and blah, blah, blah. So what was the point of Szoboszlai whipping those 45 crosses? Can somebody tell me? Can someone tell me how this guy played 90 minutes? Because last night at 1 a.m, he was busy liking Instagram posts of Troy Parrott missing the penalty. Yeah? So then he's come and done that. Troy Parrott, go to like the 1-1 draw, bro. Go and like this Instagram post of 1-1. Too much yapping on Instagram and flinging the hairband. Where were you? all I hear about is, oh, but he's carried Liverpool. Carried Liverpool to what? If your best player is Dominic SpongeBob, then yeah, it is no shock you're sitting in 8th place. 1 point ahead of Manchester United, who will play tomorrow. 1 point ahead of your biggest rivals, Everton. Yeah, no shock at all, man. But in the end, Liverpool did get their goal. Now, all week, they've been talking about Florian Wirtz. You know, what is it? The most deep, progressive, completed 30-yard passes or something. They're basically inventing new stats for my man. Well, they've got a new stat for him today. We call it most shots leading to own goals. Because he's banged it against Mukiele and it's 1-1. Anfield has gone crazy. It's erupted. Florian Wirtz first goal. Everyone's thinking raw. People stopped even talking about 00, 10, 11, 12, 13. They got bored of it. That's how bad he was. They got bored of doing the 00 something. Liverpool fans were ecstatic until the replay arrived. I mean, well, they didn't care about the replay, but people watching at home saw the replay and it turns out, yeah, it was in fact an own goal. So that is no goal, no assist for Florian Wirtz. But to be fair to him, a much better performance. Again, like he's slowly getting there. As for Isak, shocking again. Guys, Christmas is coming. I've already heard Mariah Carey start singing the tunes, yeah? With the high-pitched voice. I'm seeing the Christmas decorations outside. So don't tell me about this guy didn't have pre-season, bros. We're in December. Christmas is on its way. And they're going to tell me that Isak, oh, come on, guys, come on. What is there to come on? What is there to come? This is bad. As for Gravenberch, McAllister, my thoughts are there. Joe Gomez, they were talking about how he saved their life and whatnot. Very bad game from him. Trying to watch him, you know, overlap and get forward. It's a little bit smelly. Van Dijk, listen, Liban said it a while ago, right? China, it's time to come knocking. Australia, Adelaide Jets, or what's it, New York Jets, Adelaide United, Melbourne City, or even at this point, bro, he's just go America, bro. I can't lie. MLS, you know, Inter Miami, Columbus Crew, just go there, bro. Seattle Sounders. You can get a nice little 100k, 200k there, because evidently, bros, big up to your thing, you know, great legacy and whatnot, but it's time to cut, bro. I can't lie. This is a really smelly. And again, they're going to blame probably Gakpo and Konate, because that's always their scapegoats. But guess what? It could have been 2-1 Sunderland in the very last minute. Of course, Liverpool had the momentum. They thought they were going to get the 2-1. Sunderland couldn't even get a pass completed in that final 10 minutes until Roos launches it to Isidore, who's obviously he's come on. He's one-on-one. He rounds the goalkeeper. I'm thinking, don't round him. Just finish that. Finesse it. He rounds the goalkeeper, and I believe it's Chiesa who had come on, who gets like a late block to preserve the 1-1 draw. So Liverpool, like I said, that now means they are 11 points behind Arsenal. I think that is, if it wasn't already, the nail in the coffin of their title race. But I want to give a shout out to Rome. Well, it's not even a shout out. We're going to speak about Real Madrid, because this for me was the performance of the night. I told you Arsenal played pretty bad. Obviously Liverpool played pretty bad. Chelsea stunk up the gaff. Real Madrid, I'll be honest, I haven't seen Madrid moving like this since, maybe you could argue, hey, their prime Real Madrid back in 1960. For those of us who do remember, when you got, you know, Di Stefano, Puskas, Paco Gento and them, man, that's what I was seeing. Because we spoke about, of course, Barcelona, how Rafinha and Pedri being back, they're bringing that Jogo Bonito. This was a proper team performance. And also, Mbappe said, anything Haaland can do, I can do it better. Because just last night, obviously I posted in daytime my November Ballon d'Or power rankings for the month of, obviously, November 1st to 30th. They said, hey, Haaland's already winning December after what he did against Fulham. But then Mbappe arrives, away Bilbao, a very tough place to go as well. Gets 2 bangers and a great headed assist. 2 bangers from outside the box, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to picture them again. I think, yeah, both outside the box. And then headed assist to Camavinga. Great play all round. Like I said, really good goals from Alonso's men. So it is good to see them slyly cooking again. There wasn't a lot to write home about. I'll be real, Bilbao didn't really offer that much other than maybe Williams trying his best. But again, it's a bit of a one-man team there. So big up to Madrid. That now puts them in the table. Well, they go second. Well, they stay second, I suppose. 1 point behind Barcelona. So again, it is anybody's title race there. I still favour Real Madrid just about, I'll be honest with you. But Barca, as you can see, are on fine form. Madrid are just now getting back to winning ways. So let's see what happens. I forgot to mention earlier, of course, if you are new here, please make sure you like the video, subscribe, do the usual stuff, because you know what? We're on the road to 60k, slowly but surely. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll do a separate video for the United game. There's only one match tomorrow, I think. So we might do a video on the United match depending on how much drama there is. Otherwise, I'll do something else. I'll let you know. Anyway, have a great rest of your week. In a bit. Bosh.